Hello everyone, Brittany here, and we're back with part 2 of my first speed build. Now we're back in the backyard and I'm working on the pool. Sadly, we don't have round pools, which is a bummer because the patio right there has such a nice curve to it. I feel like pools could have that, but that's graphic stuff I don't know anything about. But I remember when the pool was put in, they had to take out the swing set, and it was an above ground pool. And it was like 4.5 feet deep, so I'm only 5 feet tall. I have been for a long time now, and so it came up to my shoulders, funny enough. And my brother and I love this pool because we would play like kind of like a ninja, water ninja thing. We'd have these special moves that we would use when we jump off the ladder, and we didn't have a diving board because it was above ground, but you get the idea. So I'm just building a little path. I actually tweaked this path later. There was no cobblestone path to the pool, but I thought it looked nice and cohesive, so I left it like that. And I'm just gonna go around. I have a lot of tweaking to do on the landscaping. I'm back in the family room. I'm gonna be all over the place just like I was in the first video, but at least now I've had a break to kind of look at things and come back and adjust it the way I want. So I'm adding in a few pictures that were there. That wasn't actually, there weren't pictures in the hallway. They were like, it was like a matchbook kind of display thing. And who has matchbooks anymore? Like they're rare. I don't even know where those went. Now I'm just throwing in little knickknacks everywhere. I was looking for, later on, I don't put it in now, but a knife block. I swear this game had a knife block and I could not find it. And now I'm trying to find a curio cabinet that matched the vision in my head and kind of went with the tones of the wood in the room. It was a warm tone of wood, and it was very tall. My mom still has it in her condo, and I just couldn't find something that was perfect enough for me to go there. I will tweak it again and again, and I do come back later and do it a final time, which maybe if I notice I will point out. I did have to speed this up 450 times because this ended up being an hour and a half, and I didn't realize that. I thought the first one was an hour and a half and it was only an hour. My original video, which I think almost had the whole house done, was an hour and 50, and that's the game. If you watched my first video that I lost, I didn't save it the whole way through, and I went to save it and it totally crashed. So now I'm putting up the drapes and the shades and whatnot. Pretty much all the windows had like a drapes just at the top. I don't know what you call that, and then just a pull down shade. And that goes for the upstairs too. I threw in these pumpkins and I really didn't like them. It was Halloween. It wasn't Halloween before I filmed this. I filmed this a few days ago. Actually on Sunday, the 29th, I believe, and now it's November 2nd. So I did end up going and taking those out. Now back to the backyard. Okay, working on the patio table. We actually had a glass patio table with the umbrella through the middle, and it had a weight, but the table itself was glass. And I remember there was one time, for whatever reason, it wasn't the umbrella wasn't in the middle, and it was a windy day, and it picked up the table, it skidded across the patio and just shattered, and I totally freaked out, which wasn't necessary, but yeah, that was fun. Just adding some, we didn't really have bushes back there, but I threw them in because otherwise I find it was going to look a little blank. And all the landscaping that I did, it wasn't dirt, it was actually gravel. But there wasn't really a gravel that I liked enough to use, which is why I made it all the really dark soil. And we had this in The Sims 3. They were like landscaping edges, like rubber edges, or bricks, or little tiny fences, you know what I mean? And we had like a rubber edging around all the landscaping. Nothing fancy. And we don't have that in The Sims 4 unless I am totally missing it and I've never looked. That's likely. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it in the first video, I don't care to do a lot of landscaping because it just, it's not my thing, and it's like the last thing I do if I actually build something. So yeah, alright, I'm going and fixing all the stones because I didn't like the original ones that I used, so I'm gonna go change everything, the side and out to the pool. Oh, excuse me a second, I need some water. Oh, excuse me. Drink water. It's good for you. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I drink it anyway. Alright, putting in the trash, and my dad actually, there was, recycle bin and a garbage bin, and my dad had them bungee corded to the house so that, raccoons or whoever couldn't get in there. Back to the front yard, tweaking this landscaping. I was really being a perfectionist with it, and I haven't mentioned it. If you couldn't tell, I'm a perfectionist, and more so because this house was so near and dear to me. I miss it a ton, and I'm just trying to make it as close to the original as possible, just because it means so much to me. But there were just a couple round spots around there. I'm gonna tweak this a lot because it just didn't, it had to be perfectly round, and we can get a perfectly curved patio, but why can't I get perfectly curved terrain paint? I want to know. Tree in your face. Adding in some bushes here. There weren't, I'm gonna keep correcting and say they weren't there. Just, if it's annoying, I'm sorry. Just mute me. I'm listening to the very light background music. So going through and tweaking those pink bushes in the center there were actually, they were like these deep plum, very kind of stickly looking bushes with small leaves, and they were like a deep plum, kind of like a burgundy wine, whatever color. Specifics here. And there was only, I think, 2 of them, and they were, hold on a second. I need more water. My voice is raspy from being sick. They were no fun to trim or put Christmas lights on or to walk around because of those little pricklies. Kind of like a rose bush, if you will. And this, I finally found this tile that I used in my original video that I couldn't find, and I just found it. Yay! I think I get rid of the pumpkins. Oh, no, not yet. Alright, so back and forth, back and forth. Oh my goodness, I'm getting dizzy just watching myself do this. Alright, adding in some sunflowers. I think we had a couple sunflowers spring up, and there was one year there was a lot of hummingbirds, and hummingbirds are so, they're so fascinating and they're so cute. I wish I could have a pet hummingbird, but I probably wouldn't see him because he'd be darting around all the time. But anyway. So I'm putting some patio furniture on the porch. I think we might have had a bench on the porch. I don't clearly remember, but it was funny because in that column on the left and underneath, between the column and the roof line, because I'm going to put a roof over that in a minute, there was a bird's nest, and they were purple martins, and they were kind of a lilac-y purple. I think they might add some dark purple detail, but they made a nest there, and they had, baby birdies. And once they hatched, or even before they hatched, they would dive bomb me and my brother as we walked to the bus stop, which was like down, like one house down on the other side of the street. And we would get dive bombed in the driveway by these mean birds. I'm like, it's our house. You laid your eggs at our house, and we should be able to walk through our driveway. Jeez. They didn't poop on us or anything, but I don't remember how long they were there. I think it was just one spring season. But yeah, that was fun. And then actually one of them got in the house. I don't remember how, but we came in through the front door, and one of them just flew in and had a panic attack and was flying all around the family room, through the living room, and finally we got it out the front door after a few minutes. That was fun, having a freaked out, panicked bird in your house. So right now I'm trying to fill in the landscaping. It really wasn't, I actually looked at a picture for reference, and I didn't do that when I was building it. And the landscaping, it was an early picture, but the landscaping wasn't that full. So I wanted to tone it down, but I also wanted it to be a little, I guess, cohesive. I'm gonna use that word again, because it just didn't look right to me. So I'm gonna fill it and unfill it, and more water. Okay, bottle number 3 today. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep messing with it. It really wasn't all that full. I'm looking at the picture right now and it's kind of but you know what would help was that edging. If we had landscaping edging. EA, where you at with my edging? Is it there and I don't see it? Where? I don't know. Alright, throwing in the roof over the porch. Tweaking the camera around at weird angles. Need more water again. I just really don't want to cough into the microphone. I really don't. Because even if I turn around, it's still like really loud. I guess I shouldn't have gotten a really good microphone. And it wasn't expensive either. Alright. So, back to the backyard again. And that tree there was actually I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a purple ash. So it was green during the year, like every other tree. But in the fall, I was going to say the spring. In the fall, it would turn this beautiful, like, wine and then gold. It was just a beautiful tree. And unfortunately, there was a bug that came through that wiped out a lot of those. I don't know if it's just the ash trees or, excuse me, specifically the purple ashes. But when I get a house, I'm planting a purple ash. They're beautiful trees. So I picked a tree that represented it best. I wish we had trees with more purpley, maybe golden tones. I think there might be some in the Cats and Dogs expansion, but not very many. I did see some videos on it. I am excited for the fall vibes because fall, I know it's a symbol of getting cold, especially in Illinois. I'm trying to find that knife block right now. But it looks so, I love the green. But it looks so beautiful when there's all these mixes of gold and red and purple. It just looks beautiful, but it does a number on me with allergies. And if you've heard me sniffling in my 100 baby challenge, that's why, because it's just, it was just killing me sometimes. And there you go. I found my curio cabinet. And it just, sometimes the allergy, over the counter stuff just didn't work. And they're not, they're not severe enough to go to the doctor and get anything huge. They did enough, but I feel like every year my allergies have been getting worse and worse. And I'm just going to settle for these knives on the wall because I couldn't find that blasted knife block. I don't know where it went. And I swear we had one. I really do. Working on the bathroom a little bit. Actually, I'm not happy with the bathroom. I might change that again. I did make a part 3. I didn't think I was going to, but like I said, I busted out this picture just at the front of the house, and I was not content with how the windows looked and how the door looked, and the lights weren't white. They were like a dark brown, black. The door was darker, and I really want to go in and tweak that. So part 3 is going to be short and sweet with the final pictures of all the rooms. It will not be mega long at a super high speed. Well, I guess it's not long when it's at a high speed, is it now? Alright, so on to my bedroom. Yay! I missed my bedroom. And I know I totally missed the carpet in the hallway. And it should match. The carpet throughout the second floor was all the same. But somehow I missed it in the hallway. I don't know how. But in my bedroom, I had a matching set. I think I might have mentioned this in the first video. They were white, maybe slightly antiqued with a blonde laminated wood top. And I had a matching dresser, desk, headboard. I think did I have a mirror? I had a chair and a desk. I don't know if I mentioned, I just forgot it. And I think freaking just said it. But I actually have all those pieces still. I'm actually using the nightstand, the dresser, and the desk, and the headboard. Well, my mom has the dresser, but the other pieces are in storage right now. Hopefully I can, if my dad doesn't pitch them, hopefully I can save them and give them to my daughter, because I think that'd be sweet. I'd love to give my kids hand-me-downs that my parents got me. All right, on to my brother's room, and it's pretty true to color with the robin's egg blue. It was a very light blue, and there was like kind of like a chair rail kind of deal, maybe halfway up the wall, but it was a wallpaper chain rail, a chair rail, whatever, and it had cute little like kitty-like dinosaurs, and all throughout the whole room. And at some point they did take that down and just left the room its blue color, but they were cute. I think he might have left them, I don't know if it was behind the dresser or if it was in the closet. I don't recall. I don't also recall what posters he had in his room. I know he had a lot on his door. That would be cool too if we could have, I know they did that with was it the toddler one or something, where they had doors with, kind of like posters and little things on it. I think we should have more doors like that, because I totally put stuff all over the front of my door, on the outside, in the hallway, on the inside of my room. I put stuff on my closet doors. Yeah, just more doors like that, little attentions to detail. I love that kind of stuff. All right, now we're into my parents' bedroom. Excuse me, can't talk, per usual, which was the whole upper right side of the house. It was a master. There were models that had 4 bedrooms, but obviously we did not have that. So I'm trying to tweak that. I had a little issue with the bathrooms because they didn't have a master bathroom. It was the same size, and then they had a walk-in closet. But because of there's a closet right there on your right in the hallway right by the bathroom door, and I didn't want it to be right next to the bathroom door in the hallway, that I bumped it out a little bit more. So I bumped out the master bathroom a little bit more. So I guess you could make it, whatever. If you want to redo this house your own way, please do. Use the hashtag ComStarSims, and so I can find it and see what you guys do. I would love to see that and see your perception of it. But anyways, yeah, so I had a little trouble with the bathrooms. They mirror each other exactly, and they pretty much have the same finishes, with the exception of, I'm talking like I live there still, with the exception of the floors and the walls. I think were slightly different in color. Now I'm adding in drapes everywhere. The upstairs had the longer drapes with a pull down shade. Mine was a nice deep burgundy color, and because it was in one spot for so long, it had gotten sun bleached because my room faced the south. And that's another thing, is that detail on the family room wall. I wish there was like wooden paneling that was like a chevron or whatever, but going in an upward direction, all one piece, or a downward direction, all one piece, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not too fond of custom content, because I'm pretty sure I could find it if I looked, but I really don't want to use any. I'm too scared. I already have issues when I save. I think I mentioned this before, that I tried to save it and it went so I'd rather avoid having any more glitches or whatnot. I've seen enough people with glitches and the frustration. I don't need any more. I had so many frustrations and glitches with The Sims 3 that I did so much research on trying to figure out how to fix those. Alright, we're winding down here. A couple more minutes left. Putting in, again, little touches here and there. I gotta drink more water. Okay, we're good. I kind of tried to make this a walk-in closet as much as possible. It literally was just your typical walk-in closet with the wooden rod and the plastic racks or whatnot. But I wanted to make it, I didn't want to just use the closet thing like I used in the bedrooms. I wanted it to be deeper than that. Which I suppose I could just, whatever. If you guys, like I said, you want to tweak it, be my guest. I would love to see it. Okay, doing the bathrooms. It would be cool to make like a whole section of bathroom, I suppose. Running out of breath here. Now the basement. I mentioned earlier, or in the last video, that I left the basement blank because I really didn't feel like it needed to be done. I don't know. I'll probably do it in my own personal game. Like I said, if you guys want to do that and show me, please do. I left the garage empty too. And here, this staircase was kind of like half closed, but I left it open because the whole basement door down into the basement would have been right underneath that staircase, and doors under stairs, in front of stairs, don't work very well, so I just left it open. There are definitely models that had the open staircase. It was open to the basement, just not fully open to the foyer. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to leave it open. You guys do what you want. If you want to, I will probably tweak it at a later time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it. It took me a lot of time, and like I said, there's going to be a very short part 3 with some screenshots. I am going to change the windows and the lights because they just didn't look right to me when I finally looked back on it, and I really wanted it to match. And now I'm taking pictures that I'm not even using. I actually just had the Sims open and retook some. But it looks really damn close. I'm really proud of myself. It just takes me time. My creativity takes time. So I hope you guys enjoyed, like I said, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.